Hi, I am Christina Schuma. I am the Vermont Adoption Registry Coordinator for the state of Vermont, and I'm here to talk about the Adoption Registry and the workings of what the Adoption Registry does. First of all, it was legislatively enacted to be a clearinghouse for all adoptions that have occurred in the state of Vermont since 1940. It is a listing by birth name and by adoptive name, and it was supposed to be able to give adoptees the opportunity to have additional information about their birth parents when they're ready for it. And they can consent to the release of their identifying information with the possibility of getting their birth parents' identifying information, meaning their names, their dates of birth, their last known contact information. And they can also ask for what is called non-identifying information, which would be a summary of information about their birth parents and their birth parents' lives, and in a summary format without giving them their names, dates of birth, and last known contact information. We can help adult adoptees make contact with their birth parents and also find out additional information about their medical history. For the purpose of this video training, and to talk more specifically about work for families that are going through the adoption and kinship foster care process, the Adoption Registry is a conduit for post-adoption contact that is not legally binding. Someone else has been able to talk with you more about what is a post-adoption contact agreement. This agency, this registry, can help facilitate some of that contact, but it is not legally binding for this purpose. So when you're going through the process of finalizing your adoption, a worker should be talking with you about your intent for future contact. They will be writing a letter to the Adoption Registry that will state whether or not you are willing to have contact with whom in the birth family, whether it's biological grandparents, biological parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, potentially even other family members, or even individuals that have had some kind of contact with your child in the past. It will also include information about frequency and what you'd be willing to receive and what you may even be willing to send on to the birth parents. When you have finalized your adoption, the Adoption Registry will be available to you to send items to the birth family if you so choose. In order to do that, you will send it to the Vermont Adoption Registry at 280 State Drive in Waterbury, Vermont, 05671. And in that packet, include the name of your child and their date of birth, and I will make sure that I know who gets the correspondence on the other end. If you receive information from the Adoption Registry, it will come in a state envelope. It will not come directly to your child. It will come to you as the parents of your child. That way you can share that information with your child when your child is ready to receive it. Other possible uses of the Vermont Adoption Registry would be to obtain additional medical information about your child's birth family if you do not have it. You can make contact with me at the registry and ask that I potentially be in contact with the birth parents to see if they have any additional information that they might be able to share with you. Additionally, you might want to have some more information about how the birth parents are doing, so you can share that information with your child and be able to give them a history of who their birth family is. The other possible use of the Adoption Registry is to make contact with your child's siblings that may have been adopted into other families. Oftentimes I'm getting calls from adoptive families that are looking for biological siblings because their children are asking about how the welfare is of the child that may have been adopted in your home. And I will potentially contact you to see if that would be a possibility for any kind of phone calls, visitation, or even letter writing back and forth. So there have been times that I've been contacted by adoptive parents that have been curious about how the siblings of their child is doing in another family, and I've been able to make contact and put adoptive families in contact with one another so that they may be able to maintain contact with the siblings into the future. And it also provides adoptive parents the opportunity to talk with other adoptive parents about the challenges that their child has and be able to understand where that child's behaviors and emotional traumas may be coming from. So I look forward to speaking with you in the future. Thank you.